mode. Boom, recording has started. Welcome, everybody. You're listening to or you're viewing the Traffic Authority Q&A call. This is every single Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We get to spend time with Doug and Greg and Josh. My name is Joe. I'm the host of our morning get-together at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. You can always join us at radioleverage.com. We have a contest going right now. We're going to talk about that in a moment. We give away prizes every single day. Make sure that you're checking in. But more importantly, check out the community. We've got people who come there every single morning who share their results. They talk about what's going on in their specific business, and it certainly will inspire you and encourage you to take that next step, make that next call. Just take that next. Oh, there's Donald. There he is. He's back. Sinbad the Sailor. He's been out of sync for a while there. But what I'm going to do is just shut up. I'm going to pass it over to you, Douglas. I know that you're the guy, the host here. So, Doug Wellens, come on out, co-founder.
Yo, hello. I'm in disguise today. I got a little scruffiness going here. I ran into the barber and she accidentally whacked me the wrong way. So I had to fix things up a little bit. I mean, it's tough to look this good, I promise you. It's a full-time job, right, Gigi? Anyway, yeah, man, hey, we are, Joe, this has just elevated the whole relationship here with the team, with everybody here. I just absolutely love what we're doing here. Greg and I have been talking along with Josh that this is just a beautiful platform. And I know people are just starting to come in, raising their hands and getting ready. And we're really excited to knock out not only the Q&A, but also to highlight you guys at the end of the session here with some new nuances that are taking place and things that we're working on full time. And I mean, it's possible when you see. Well, I don't want to steal any thunder from Josh because he's got something pretty cool on his screen over there. That yeah, we've been debuting here today. It's been amazing. Gigi, what's up, buddy? How are you, man?
I'm looking. I see something on Josh's wall over there. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Doug. I mean, boy. I mean, talk about an exciting few weeks. And you guys know better than letting me out on a live call because I am the root of the grapevine. There's just so much great stuff that just this week alone is coming forward. And I promise I will not let the cats out of the bag like I always do. But super, super excited. I mean, one of the things that it's been our great pleasure to have Joe here this entire 2 years, including ILS. And, he's always talked about events, and we know that he comes from an events background and has done so many of those things. And boy, do we have some things lining up for you guys, even this year and certainly going into next year. And, I mean, TA, I guess you could say is aligning. And for the folks that are here today, all I'm going to say is you guys are going to be in front of a growth wave. I mean, TA's always been here to support our industry. Basically all I can say is those parts especially are aligning, and I could not be more excited about that. I mean, we're going to become a staple of what people do in their businesses daily. And, that goes from tools to events, to traffic training, all of these things. And I'm just going to say one more thing, and I'm going to shut the hell up. It's interesting. I've been out on some free trainings for traffic the last 2 weeks. And, I've just got to say that most of what's out there is just so horrible. I guess I just want to let people know here at TA is that, when it really comes down to it and we're talking to people in our industry and talking to our own teams, we're going to ask a very basic question, which is, what are your options to build your team? And, when it really comes down to it, we know that there's, the Belly stuff that's been around for 60 years. We understand why, because that, has worked in a way. But that's certainly not the way I want to build my business. It's certainly not the way that, things are going to be done for the long term. And basically here, when you kind of just start looking at Google, prohibits network marketing and MLM, business opportunity from its terms of service. Facebook will not allow you to advertise your business opportunity. YouTube will not allow you to advertise your business opportunity. you really start thinking, what are the options? Well, the options are pretty darn, they're pretty darn limited. And we have the source of network marketing training and traffic. And, as we come forward, we're going to be concentrating so much more on that. So that's the part I'm super excited about. With that, Joe and everyone, back to you guys.
Well, let's get right into it. You guys know what the drill is. If you have a question about anything going on and maybe a comment, all you got to do is raise your hand. When you raise your hand, I'm going to elevate you so we're going to be able to see you and the whole world's going to be able to see you. So make sure that you're presentable. I did receive a question via email, and I'll save that until the end. I'll see if that individual who emailed me shows up because I would like them to come out and let us know. First up, Curtis, you know the drill. I'm going to elevate Curtis Conrad. He's going to come up to the panel. Curtis, what is your question or your comment? Let me make sure you're unmuted here. There you are. You're unmuted, sir.
Hey, hello. Can you
Hello.
see me?
Yeah.
All right. Am I good or what?
You look scared.
You got to lean down a little bit so we can see you. There we go.
Yeah. This
Frickin'. You got a little bandwidth issue there as well. There's a little bit of a little delay there because of bandwidth, but that's okay. We can see you. Go ahead.
Well, it's this stupid camera. I think I can't wait to get the new Surface Pro 4 that's going to be coming, and I wanted to just thank Doug Wellens for everything that he's helped me with that prize that I won, 6 months ago. And I just wanted to tell everybody, if you have an issue with anything prize-wise, take care of it right away. I mean, Traffic Authority has the best support. Send in a ticket and don't wait. I got so many hats in the fire, being a golf course superintendent and everything else that goes on. But Doug Wellens took care of it, and I'm looking forward to the new one when I get it, and it's going to have a great camera because, like I said before, new bananas. And your camera, are you on a laptop, Joe?
I'm on a Mac. Yes, I got a MacBook Pro. This is my built-in camera there.
Well, my question is, do you guys? I'm going to hold this picture up. Have you? This individual is. Can you see that?
Not too well.
He's coming to Fort Myers 1st of August. And he's got this new book, and his name is Dean, and I can't pronounce it. Can I spell it for you? Graziosi. Okay? And its book is Millionaire Success Habits. And I got this in the mail. It's a free dinner, 2 tickets. So I thought, I'm all about trying to better myself. So I'm going to definitely go to that. I mean, it's right here in Fort Myers. Why not? Right? Can't, it's so, I wanted to show you my new cell phone. Can you see this?
Did that come with a suitcase?
That's 1980.
Do you like that?
Did it come with a suitcase? Did that come with a suitcase?
Hello? Hey, who is it? Hey, hello? It's kind of part of a little thing that I do with ventriloquism, at different shows that I go to. Or that I have.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. And the cell phone, it's the new iPhone, right? I mean, can you guys remember this?
I think they called that the brick, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, and I gotta take my hat off to Donnie, that's back from Utah, right? He used to be with us, and now he's back again, and he's probably gonna bring this up if he's gonna be on the panel, but I'm gonna do it first. And he was talking about having a schooling on how to use the telephone, right? Because that seems like everybody's scared, but Joshua has his own phone room, right? And Eric Bechtold, he's another one that works with a phone room. Okay, and I don't know if JJ is
the same phone room, just so you know.
Yeah. What's that?
It's the same.
Oh, is it the same? That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. How do you think Jay Joshua? We don't really talk a whole lot about it, but how do you think he found out about how great Traffic Authority traffic is?
Okay.
He's run thousands of leads.
All right. Well, I didn't realize that, but I'm involved in that phone room. And at first, it was really great. I mean, they were really making calls and this and that, you know. And one of the problems that I have is people hanging around. I get a hold of them. I send them an email, but if they don't contact me and I, you know, if I call them on the phone and they ignore me, I'm moving on, right? I mean, that's what you have to do.
Curtis, I hate to jump. Do you have a specific question about this? Do you have a question that maybe one of these guys can answer for you?
Well, the question is, are we going to have any type of training like that could help the people that, you know, and I grew up with this mindset, and I don't have a problem with talking to people, you know. It's the time and and you can come up with excuses all you want, but if you set up a plan and call 10 people a day, just do it, right?
Got it.
And I know, but getting to and making yourself do that is just I don't know, that's the brick.
Hey, Curtis, let me just ask you a really quick question here. What is it exactly that you feel you're challenged with as it relates to the phone? That you think perhaps other people are also challenged and experiencing the same challenges?
In my subconscious, I remember growing up and the phone ringing, you know, the old dial phone, and my dad always saying, dang solicitors calling us, bothering us while we're trying to have dinner, blah, blah, blah. And so I think it's in my subconscious that I don't want to bother people by calling them. That I feel like I'm like just like that, bothering them. And I know it's crazy, but I got to get over that. And I think other people feel the same way.
Well, you know how you get over it?
Yeah, you do it.
You do it. That's it, man. I mean, yeah, you do it. That's all it is.
And I've done it. I've done it, and I don't have any negative things when it comes to talking to people, because most of the time you're leaving them a message.
Sure. Hey, Josh, what do you got, buddy? You're the expert here.
Well, I think a couple of things. Number one, this is a great question, Curtis, and I really appreciate you sharing it, because I think every single person on today's, live video has the same question, and everyone watching this by replay has the same question. There's only 4 things you need to remember if you want to make money in this business. And if you really understand these 4 things, everything gets super simple. Number one, how many leads did you generate in your business today or this week, right? How many of those leads raised their hand through your marketing process to become a prospect, right? Number 3, how many relationships were you able to create with those people? And number 4, how many signups did you get in your business, whether it's your passion project or Traffic Authority, right? So there's only those 4 things. How many leads did we generate? How many prospects did we find within those leads? How many relationships did we create? And how many people signed up? When it comes to understanding the phone, you're absolutely right. Being a solicitor, being viewed as a used car salesperson, just doing it can certainly help you get over it. I'll give you an example. I can take a hammer and I can bust my thumb, and if I bang that hammer on my thumb enough times, eventually calluses will build up, and I'll be pretty darn comfortable to go out and just boom, pound my thumb. But there is another way. First and foremost, you want to understand that everything you do in effective marketing should be helping people, not soliciting them, right? So that's why it makes a lot more sense to do marketing, generate leads, than to pick up the phone and cold call, right? And you want to position yourself as a service person where you're simply calling to help them through to the next step of the process, as opposed to feeling like you're trying to sell them something. And we're going to talk a lot more about these foundational principles when we get to our Black Belt Builders calls, and they're going to be wide open. I really hope you'll come specifically, because what I want you to do is I want you to begin to view yourself as a trusted expert instead of a pesky salesperson. And the way you do that is by repositioning how you view things and repositioning the questions that you ask. I'll give you an example. If I sent you an email, Curtis, and I said, hey, look, I've got a quick question. Could you help me? Do you think it would be awkward to pick up the phone and call me? And the answer is absolutely not, because I'm asking for help. We're going to show you through marketing how to leverage TA and TA tools and TA training and events and everything else we do here to be able to position you as a person who is being asked by others to help them. And that is a complete shift, and that is the foundational training of attraction marketing. So great question. I hope we have more like this, because we are certainly with Traffic Authority the right company to be helping those people. And we're going to give you a system to be able to share it. And you're going to feel great when you share it, because it is in fact going to be sharing, not soliciting.
Curtis, I can't help it. I got to hop out here a little bit myself, because like you just, like Doug and Josh both said, it is really a critical question. And it's one of the things, you know, that, again, for those of us that have been around since ILS days and certainly the beginning of TA, something new that we're hearing a great deal more about, and, you know, it's basically something that Josh brings and that we've all kind of known intuitively, but it's being talked about much more now, which is the relationship side of this business. You know, you talked a little bit about, you know, some people come and some people go. There'll always be some nature of that, you know, even, you know, your favorite restaurant, you may, you know, after a few months go, hey, I want to try the restaurant down the street. I mean, that just is human nature. It's going to be a little bit of that. But the other piece of this is, even though we've got, you know, more automation and we've got more ways to connect online than ever before, I think what we're going to really find is there's a premium, if you will, on building relationships. And one of the things you're going to see inside Traffic Authority is how important it is to actually be going 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, what that actually means. And then working with their team members to do that. And when I say working with them, actually be aware you've got a team member and where are they in their, you know, rising star process. And that's so critical because it basically builds your own foundation. I'll just share something with you here from Corporate Traffic Authority that we've learned is the more people who reach 1-star, their likelihood of, you know, actually falling out of the program reduces by 90%. So that's how important. And the other thing is, people don't realize is when you reach 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, you actually are making nearly 50% more money for those same sales you're making past 6. I mean, so I don't know about you, as you're becoming proficient, I like the idea of doing the same work, getting paid more, and I'd like my team to be doing that. You know why I'd like my team to be doing it? Because they're going to stay here for the long term. And people that understand this team building component, and as Josh has really made it much more simple, the relationship building component, all of us are going to be actually building stronger teams. It's not really about, to me, it's not about having a list and actually making 1,000 sales. It's really about building a team of 5 to 10 people you're working with directly who can go out and do the same thing. If you do that, you'll actually make more money over the long term than many of these people that send their list and never do anything. And just one more piece of good news is that we're going to have training weekly to support it, because the truth is, you guys want to hear a little secret, that Doug and Josh are both phone experts. I mean, these guys could, I mean, charm anyone. And the great thing is the people that are less skilled in these areas are going to get to hear them doing it. So, you know, and I'm not just talking about talking to prospects, even talking to our teams. If they're not people that live next door, we don't know them, we all need some help in building those relationships. So those skills are going to really be discussed, because we know the longevity and really the ability to get over the $500, $1,000, $5,000 a month, those hurdles, it takes building a team. And so we're going to talk about those things. So With that, thank you very much for the question. It's a really good one.
Yeah, and Greg, let me just chime in one real quick thing here, if I could. I've interviewed approximately 5,000 network marketers from around the globe, and on average, those that are making a 6 or even 7-figure income in this industry in general have recruited less than 60 people personally. So what Greg said is very, very true. We don't have to necessarily become infinitely better at recruiting hundreds or thousands of people. What we need to do is create the marketing and the systems and get the training to build a team of people. 10, 15, 20 people is achievable for every single one of you. Help your team plug in so they're understanding how to go through the ranks and ascension, and help them get to 1-star, which significantly reduces their likelihood to drop off, as Greg said, by 90%. And if you really focus your business on helping them achieve things, it makes your day-to-day actions so much easier to go through.
And not to mention, Josh, I'll just add on that, when you're helping your rising stars, you're getting paid 50%. You're literally making as much as them. So when you really think about that time being well spent, it's time really, really well spent. So, and that's the whole point of why the comp plan was built that way originally, is so that, you really do mentor and work with those people. But, folks like Josh and, other training pieces that we're seeing really exemplify the fact that, it's not just about huge numbers, which we found out through automation we can definitely do. It's about the quality of those numbers. And that's where we're going to really focus going forward. And we're really excited about it.
I'm excited too.
Woo.
Curtis, thank you very much for the question. Hang on to your hat. I'm going to be dropping you back into the, I don't want to say the swamp here, but I'm going to lower you back down into the attendee pool. We do have Sinbad the Sailor Man, Donald, who now lives in Utah. He's been a member of our community for a long time. Also, David Wicklund. David Wicklund, I see you. I can see your name here. And David Wicklund he emailed me a couple questions. He's got my email, and he sent me 2 questions via email. And what I would prefer, David, is that you raise your hand and allow me to elevate you so that you can ask the questions yourself. This is what this is about. It's about leadership. It's about showing up, unless, of course, you don't have a shirt on, and then so let me go. There he is. Let me go to Donald first. David, thank you very much, David Wicklund. I'm going to go to you, but before you is Sinbad the Sailor Man. He had his hand up in the air. Donald, come on out. There he is. Hopefully you have a question for us. Hey there, sir. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me, Joe?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to say, hey, great on all the stuff that you guys have been doing, are doing, and all the new stuff. You got the bonus bucks, you got the stair step, you got the annual bonus plan. I'm so glad that was still here. I don't know if I could have paid 2 years by not having that. And I just wanted to clarify here on the cost center thing that I was talking about. I came up with that yesterday when I was trying to get my internet service, and I hung up on that lady 3 times, and she called me back 3 times. And she must have had training. She told me she used to be a telemarketer, and she got her training from doing all the telemarketing that she used to do. And that's the kind of stuff I was talking about, where we can call each other and have scripts that actually play out that we can hear and then show each other, maybe in Traffic Academy. I mean, if I can actually go through the stuff and not have to look at a script by practicing it, I think I'd be able to close more deals.
Thank you for that. You're looking good, by the way, there, Sinbad the Sailor Man.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you very much. And I know there's a lot more stuff being planned. I'm thinking about some of the questions I'm hearing here today. And certainly, Curtis, I know that you've been a student of the Traffic Academy. And some of the things that you're talking about, this reluctance to pick up the telephone and people having a tendency to, like they're ditching out on you and you feel like a salesperson. I get that because I am a phone jockey myself. I made my first million before the internet, working on a telephone and fax on demand. There was no email, it didn't exist yet. And I will tell you that recently I've learned about this concept called the avatar. And I learned about it on our own Traffic Academy. There are people who are specialists in the Traffic Academy who talk about marketing and using a tool like Facebook. And they're learning now that you can actually, and Josh talks about traction marketing. If you're talking to the prospect that you're looking for, then all of that other stuff goes away. There's no convincing if the person on the other end of the phone is just like you and they're looking for the things that you're offering. That's a whole separate training, but I urge you to go back in and take a look at Traffic Academy, because we've had a couple experts on Facebook who talk about that exact thing. So that when you're on the telephone, the individual you're talking to is kind of like open to the conversation. Thank you very much, though, Donnie. You're looking good. Glad to see you back in the fray. Looking young, dude. I don't know what maybe it's the air in Salt Lake City, because you're looking good. All right, let me go back here. This is David Wicklund. This is a first timer, you guys. David Wicklund, I don't know I've ever seen him on a webinar here before, on a Zoom, or on the radio show, quite frankly, but he sent me two questions, and here we are. David Wicklund's coming up. Brand new person. There he is. David, you're unmuted. Got your camera on? Hello, David Wicklund. I see your name. There he is.
Can you see me now?
Yes, I see you now. How are you?
Excellent. Doing good. You got my questions there in front of you, or I could reiterate them?
Well, I have them. I can pull them up on my email, but go ahead. Since you're here, why don't you ask your questions? And if you'd like me to, I can read them, but go ahead.
I think I recall it. I was just doing it kind of on the fly here. But the first one was, and others have probably had the same challenge with the prospects. They might sign up, for instance, for the Optimizer or the Traffic Academy, or even both, which is great. But I guess the challenge that I'm having is, what would you say, and this is for all of you, would be the best way as far as prospects, encouraging prospects to buy the different traffic packages without coming across as a salesperson, without, I guess, putting it nicely, being able to realize the ability and potential that I saw and that I still see with this business, whip out the credit card and get it rolling, because it's all based on those traffic packages as far as the higher ticket end of things. And it's true, some people are not in a position to do it right away, but I guess getting that foundation laid from what we might say the small ticket, starter, to that higher ticket level without coming across as a salesperson, so to speak. That was my first question.
Sounds like a Greg question to me. I know you well enough, Greg.
Oh, and I got to say, it's so nice to hear from you, because you're an Our Life team member, so we love hearing from that. And it really is it is a really great question, and it's one that we've pondered really since day one of Traffic Authority. Because what the truth of the matter is, some people come in, they see things very quickly. They want to get qualified for commissions on traffic packages right away, so they see the benefit of purchasing what they can, plus also building their team at that same time frame. However, there is a second group, and we really spent a lot of time, Dave, talking about this. And thank you very much for calling from your car, by the way. It's we see that you're mobile there. That's super cool. It's a lifestyle business. But we're talking about this, very part, about this other group that either is not in a resource position to buy traffic immediately, or they may not be in a trust position to buy traffic immediately. And this is one of the things that you're here at an ideal time, because we're in a transitioning point right now to where we are literally going to look at that group that does not buy traffic immediately as our army, if you will, of people to actually go out and market that very product, that traffic product, to the network marketing industry that we talked about a little bit earlier here, which doesn't have a lot of options. Once they talk to the grandmother and their sister, who both laugh at them, and they go, "Oh my God, who do I talk to now?" They go, "I can't advertise on Google, Facebook, YouTube." Well, Traffic Authority is here to help them get that word out. And there are a ton of people out there who actually, if someone went to the trouble, just, either email them or send them a little presentation to say, "Guess what, Mr. Network Marketer or Mrs. Network Marketer, we actually have a way to get quality traffic for you through a leverage strategy that can be free. And so, unfortunately, we don't have that presentation right today, but it's in the process of being built. And as we complete these things, this is one of the reasons why we're so excited about Traffic Authority 2.0, which is literally a September-ish, mid-September, early October launch, because the second that presentation exists, Dave, you're going to be able to actually talk to your people, and you won't have to feel bad about saying, if you're ready to buy traffic, it's the fastest way to go because you're going to build your team now. You're going to get qualified. But if you can't, you know what? I still have great love for you because I've now got a way for you to go do the same exact thing into the industry where they're going to basically be able to use the qualification bank to sell traffic packages to the industry where they're going to still get paid and you're still going to get paid for showing them and helping them plug in to that training. And that's game-changing stuff because, unfortunately, that group, that second group, we've not had a lot for them to do because they really can't push the button or they really can't engage at the full level we'd like them to. But, man, it's literally minutes away now. So work with the ones that you can and let the ones that, are right there in that group saying, hey, I'm watching, I love what you guys are doing, but I'm not quite ready. Let them know we've got love for that group. They're still part of our family. And what we have coming literally in a matter of weeks is going to be a game changer for them. So that is a great question and a huge solution for us.
And Greg, I just want to jump in here. You're absolutely right. And there's going to be a new webinar that's going to drop in about 7 to 10 days that will really help all of you be able to get more traffic sales. And in this webinar, and while we want to endeavor to give all Traffic Authority members the option to choose whatever path is most comfortable for them to grow their Traffic Authority business, this path will actually lead with traffic, where the traffic packages are the very first component that they're looking at. And the goal of Traffic Authority purchasers and members should be to get traffic. Now, for those that are on a budget, they can start at one of the smaller levels. They can go out and promote. They can earn bucks. They can do a number of additional things that will allow them to unlock the path to traffic. But the goal should be to start using traffic to generate leads, prospects, and relationships and grow their passion business and or the Traffic Authority business. So that one step is only, I think, 8 days away at this point. And then the other thing that I just wanted to mention to the prior question about scripts and role playing and this type of thing, you're going to want to pay close attention because as soon as we drop this next webinar, it's going to be followed up with weekly training that is called the Black Belt Builders Call. And that's where we're going to be talking about the phone, email, social media, the things you need to do to push your prospects through on the TA side in terms of bringing your prospects into Traffic Authority, answering their questions, helping them understand where the traffic packages are, etc. in the process. So hopefully that answers both questions a little bit too. But yeah, awesome.
And thank you, David. You were also wondering about traffic as a tangible maybe that was kind of handled here. Your second question that you asked me, David, if I recall, and you have bodybuilder. I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, an objection. Traffic packages don't sound like actual products I can wrap my hands around. That's an objection that David has been receiving. It says, well, traffic packages don't sound like actual products I can wrap my arms around.
I can help answer that one. Doug, do you want to go? You might want to tell the Google or Facebook story.
Go ahead, man. You start off first. I'll pick up.
I love this one because, basically we have a full marketing path that was literally put together by our friend Joe here. And it's so true that really goes right to the heart of, you're going to really say that Facebook and Google are not tangible companies. I mean, again, we know that they're just multi-billion-dollar companies, and even though they deal in information and in social media, the truth is, where the dollars are driven from is advertising. And anyone that really wants to talk about, and understand business, at the heart of any business is the ability to get the word out about it. And the way that happens in our industry. Again, because there are some constraints on how you can advertise, we really do come in and help in that area. But Dave, you can just use those larger companies, even though they're not just, obviously advertising in a niche. They advertise everything. They make it possible for people to come together everywhere. You can't say that the concept is not a very good one and a very profitable one, because those companies are literally built on their advertising dollars.
This is true. Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you, David Wicklund, for coming out here today. Really, really happy that you showed up and you put your hand in the air. A brand new guy. I know that you've been in the program for a while, but it's really good to see you participating. Looking forward to seeing you on our radio broadcast, which we do weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got a little plug there. I'm going to drop you. Be careful, David. I'm going to drop you back into the attendee pool. And here, now the person I'm bringing out right now, this is really cool. She's calling in from the other side of the world, literally. And she also was a member of our Traffic Academy staff. You guys remember Rebecca Bardis from the UK? Here she comes. Make room for Rebecca.
I was talking about you today.
Rebecca, how are you? How's it going?
Great. I've never used this platform before. This is cool. This is cool.
Zoom. It's Zoom.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you doing?
I am doing very, very well. I'm doing very well. I just caught like little bits of this, but I was hearing people freaking out about closing sales and stuff. And I just suddenly thought, I wonder if they're kind of thinking that the really simple thing that helps, which is basically just get out of your own way and realize that you're there to ask questions and to find out about the other person. It's not really about you so much, because I think sometimes people get so caught up in themselves and, what do I look like? What do I sound like? What are they going to think? Are they going to be mean or whatever? And they forget that actually they're just a conduit. You're just a way of connecting somebody with the information they want, the solution they want. And really what your focus needs to be on is how do I help this person? How do I help this person? I'm just getting like slightly woo-woo for a second. And I'm sorry, Joe, I'm like diving straight into the content here, but I know like I don't want to take up too much of your time or whatever. But I think one of the things that helps me is if I show up and I think, how do I kind of promote myself? How do I make myself look great? How do I make myself feel great? I stumble and I just don't do very well. Whereas if I think, universe, use me, God, I'm a conduit for the person that you want to help right now. I'm the person who is here right now to help this person. Make use of me. Make use of me to help this person do what they want to do with their life. That it comes from a different place, and you stop asking all those kind of very tactical questions of yourself, and you just become a human being again. And you go, all right, this is a person who has a question, and I can actually help with this question. And if I can't, then there's support. I can find out the answer. So there's not really anything I can do that badly wrong. If I don't know the answer, I can say, do you know what? That is a great question. Let me write that down. I'll find out the answer for you and I'll get back to you. Is there any other question that you have? And just get into that flow of asking people questions, being curious about people, finding out what it is that their specific kind of problem is, what they're trying to overcome, what their particular narrative is, and see how you can go in there as somebody who can find a solution to their particular problem. Because essentially that's where their interest is, until they know you really well. And it's great you got attraction marketing stuff in there now. I mean, as you guys know, I was one of the pioneers of attraction marketing back in the 90s. I freaking love it. But sometimes you are going to speak to people who are kind of cold. They don't know you so well. And for them, you're actually not that visible. They're just like, I'm in pain. I need a solution. Help me. And you're the person who gets to help them. You're the person, it's like a little kid getting lost in the street and going up to a police officer and tugging on their sleeve and saying, I'm lost, help. They have their solution that they're looking for, and you have a solution for them. And if you're dealing with people in the home business industry, if you know who your avatar is, and they're looking to build a good business online, they all need traffic, they all need tools, they all need training, and we've got that. So I just wanted to kind of share that in case that would help somebody.
So great.
Joe,
Rebecca,
Rebecca, you're awesome. I want to thank you very much. Rebecca Bardis has been around our community for a long time, since a couple years ago. And I remember you used to be a regular contributor on our radio broadcast. As a matter of fact, it was December before last. You're a contributor on Traffic Academy. You wrote a specific course, a multi-$1,000 offering, which is now available to every Traffic Academy member. And it's amazing that you're back. And isn't it cool that we're still here? You know, you're a professional. You know, I know that, like Rebecca, I'm pretty sure that like she's on a first name basis with Tony Robbins, you know, and she's like, she plays at that level, right? And she's been involved since the dawn of the internet. She's been a beta tester for things I think like Google, really somebody who's got their feet on the ground. And I know that you know who the players are, you know who the companies are. And isn't it really kind of amazing and special the Traffic Authority is still here 2 years later?
It is, yeah. And the other thing about that is, you know, I haven't been so visible, but don't let anyone fall into the misapprehension of thinking that you guys haven't been paying me, because you've still been paying me. Like I did the hustle and glide thing. I hustled my butt off for a few months, and then I had some other stuff that I need to do. Life happened and stuff, and this happens with people sometimes. I didn't leave. I just wasn't so visible, and I'm going to come back and be more visible, you know, going forward, because I think it's really exciting, the stuff that you're doing, and I want to be more visible. But, you know, for anybody who's watching this, who's maybe not been so visible for a while, or maybe even left, and you're kind of sneaking a peek to see like, oh, what's going on with this 2.0, you know, thing. Just, it's okay that life happens. Like, it's fine. It's fine that life happens, or maybe you got distracted or whatever. Traffic Authority is still Traffic Authority. It's still there. The community is constantly, and I've kept an eye on it. The community's been awesome. You know, and it's got so much to offer people. And I've looked at different things around the internet, and honestly, the thing that I feel is a real USP that Traffic Authority has that I just haven't found elsewhere at all. And I've spoken to a bunch of people, I've interviewed people, I haven't found anywhere else online where it's so easy to get traffic. And I think if you're somebody like a coach or something, and you're advising home business owners on where to get traffic, and the people who are coming to you are overwhelmed because they're trying to work out, you know, all the ins and outs of Facebook ads, or, you know, oh, how do I handle the fact that I was running solo ads, and then it turned out that the person that I thought was a, you know, middle-aged housewife is actually, you know, some random like male gangster who's disappeared off the face of the planet. Like there's stuff we all know. Like if we've done these different advertising things, there's a learning curve, and some of it's not so fun. But with you guys, you know, you click a couple of buttons and you're done. I mean, that is, I don't know how much you kind of let people know about that, but that's huge. I mean, the amount that you remove overwhelm from people's lives with the way that you sell traffic is phenomenal, you know? And the way that when I talk to people, because I'm, you know, I still bringing people in, I brought people in today, actually. I think I've closed about, today, I think I've closed about between $7,000 and $10,000. But and some of that's been into Traffic Authority, some of that's been coaching and stuff. But you know, the way that I talk to my clients about Traffic Authority is I say, what it's like is you can go out there and you can do all the different things, and you can run your own tests, and you can learn all this stuff, and it's like going fishing, not really having a clue what bait you're using. You know, just going out there. Sometimes you catch a salmon, sometimes you catch a boot. You really no idea. And then Traffic Authority is like this dude in a chiller van who's filleted all of the salmon, just turns up and loads it in your freezer. That's the difference.
I love it. What a great story analogy there. That was fantastic. Nobody ever thought about that one, right, Greg?
Yeah, I was just gonna add to Rebecca. You know, when she first came on, I was just saying we're talking about her, and Joe, the comment you made. You know, it is interesting. Rebecca was saying, hey, guys, I may be, you know, doing a few things. I'm a multiple stream of revenue kind of gal. But I see, like, just like today, a gold sale came through for you, and it's not at all uncommon. I see your name all the time. And just today when you came on the Q&A, I was all excited because we don't get to talk to you as much. But we appreciate your support, and you've got such great information, and you're, you know, just so knowledgeable. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting me talk. And, thank you guys for your integrity, for your ethics, for always being there for people. And, this is just a great company, and it's a pleasure to bring people into it.
Rebecca, you're awesome. Thank
So
you
are
very
you.
much, Rebecca Bartis. We'll talk to you very, very soon. I'm going to be looking for you on the radio show. I'm going to be bringing you out very soon, but I'm going to be in touch with you. Thanks again. That's Rebecca.
My
She
pleasure.
lives right down the street from Stonehenge, by the way. She does. Love me some Rebecca Bartis. Okay, we got a few more people with their hands in the air. We only got about 15 minutes, but we can go over if we have to. Here is Gary. Not sure which Gary this is. I think I know which Gary this is. Gary, come on out. You're elevated. Hold on. Come on up, Gary. Where are you, Gary? It says Gary would be elevated up here. Don't see him yet.
I think he dropped off.
Maybe he did. Sometimes they get nervous,
No,
Let's
he had
go
his hand up like 3 seconds ago.
Yeah, there he is. There he is. Come on out, Gare. Gare, man. You're unmuted. I'm trying to unmute you.
Did you see what Mark Goldenberg just said? He said, now there's a good traffic testimonial with what Rebecca just talked about. But the truth is we really want to be talking to you guys about case studies. And we've got to formulate something here with you guys where we introduce you guys to the new case study program. So while we're, here you go. We've got Gary out here. But Joe, we'll talk about that in just a little while here. Sorry about that.
Go ahead, Gary.
Joe, you're unmuted here, or you're muted, buddy. Gary, how you doing, man?
Please forgive me. I was typing on my. I gotta mute up when I'm. Otherwise, Gary, I got you unmuted, sir. So it's on your end. I can't hear you. Nope.
I'm unmuted.
All right, there you go. You're unmuted.
Up, Gary.
Can you hear me
Don't
now?
touch anything, Gary. Go ahead. You're unmuted.
Don't breathe.
Okay, I touch anything. I had a question about the Traffic Academy. Are there plans to ever make that a standalone product?
Gary's about the 14th person in the last 3 weeks who have asked that same question. Okay, Greg, Josh, I think we've got an assignment right there. I mean, there's Gary. We've got some plans.
That question has been coming up for years, actually.
It has.
It has been.
It really is a great question, and of course, Gary, what you're really discussing and what you're asking and what you're talking about, as the other people that brought this up on earlier Q&A calls, is there's so much value there, and we are certainly going to be offering direct access and even a presentation directly for that, because it's now got so many great modules in there. You have to understand, when Traffic Authority started, we had this killer traffic engine, and we had these killer tools that we had used in our retail business called Secrecy Broker, where we had sold millions and millions and millions of dollars of traffic retail in the industry. That we started the Academy with no modules, and so we're very appreciative for members like you and others who point out how critically valuable that data is and those modules are, and we're adding to it every month. And I will just say this, I'll make a promise. By the time we launch TA 2.0, there will be a presentation and an order form specifically for the Traffic Academy, if not earlier. So again, a matter of weeks, but we certainly appreciate you guys supporting it, and you will have direct access to it soon.
Well, let me just ask a quick question for everyone who's been asking about having the opportunity to market the Academy as a standalone. And it's a bit of a rhetorical question. I just want to put it out there and leave it with everyone. Is that because you understand the value and the need for training? Because there are so many people every single year, millions actually, who are purchasing access to training to solve their problems. So, bit of a rhetorical question, but does Traffic Authority really have the traffic and the training that people need in order to achieve their results? And we all know that the answer is yes. So I just want to kind of leave that out there, that there are many opportunities coming up in the future for you to share the value and the benefits to potential prospects of not only our traffic, but also our events and training.
Well, the real story there, and and thank you, Gary, for that. This is a question that has been coming up year after year after year. As a matter of fact, Greg, when you were still in Arizona and I was coming over to your house, we used to have this exact discussion. And what the real thing here, and thank you very much, Gary, I'm going to drop you back down, is that the Traffic Optimizer is a very specific, robust set of tools designed for someone who has some experience, who knows what they're doing. Your average Joe Schmo doesn't know a drop-in timer, from his cat. You know what I mean? It's like, and so I think when we talk about the academy, it really broadens the market. Okay, it really, really broadens the marketplace for potential candidates, and it's amazing training. It is the best, in my opinion. There's personal development stuff back in there. There's the who's who of personal development, of architecture for internet stuff. We've got some guys. There's one guy in there, Doug, I can't remember his name, please forgive me, but a guy who has a Facebook technology that is worth a fortune. People have been offering him like 8 figures for this technology. There's some really, really cool tools back there. As a matter of fact, I don't see Ree here today, but we introduced this technology, Doug, and then Ree came on a radio show and said, that's my secret weapon.
It's
I've
Michael
been using
Somerville.
it. Michael Somerville.
Somerville was social responder.
Yes, yeah. She said, and she paid a whole bunch of money. Right. She had to subscribe to it, and it's a free service available to Traffic Academy members. Let me go. We have one more here for now. I'm going to bring you up here. Dale Ann. Looks like she made it back to LA from Vegas. Dale Ann, come on out.
Hey, Joe, by the way, there's some great comments here. Karen's going yes, yes, yes on the Academy, answering Josh's question. Rebecca is saying, yeah, the Academy rules. Yay. So,
yeah, the people have spoken.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hi, Dale Ann.
Yes, we have you. Yes.
Hi, guys. We just came in from Las Vegas, so I sort of got in on the tail end of the conversation. But one thing I do want to add is I'm so glad that we're going to be promoting traffic. When I came into the business, I didn't even hesitate. I bought myself a package and there was a stair step. So that is so important, because if you don't have people looking at your web page, you don't have business. So I'm glad, Josh, that you're going to be doing that for us and helping us out in that area. Karen and I were talking about that just the other day. She's going to be focusing on the Traffic Academy. I'm focusing on traffic packages, so that we'll be able to build our business that way. And so I'm glad that we're all on the same page. So that's really all I had to say. I just wanted you guys to know that I'm here and I support you 100%. And thank you for supporting us, because we really, really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Dale Ann, fresh from Vegas. Back in L/A. Thank you very much, Dale Ann. You're awesome. Dale Ann is a regular, as you guys know. She shows up pretty much every single morning to make a comment and support our community. Dale Ann, you're awesome. Thank you for that. I'm going to drop you gently back down into the pool here, and then I'm going to bring up Karen, Newbie Nana. This is the partner, actually. These are the newbie team. They're partners. There he is. There she is. Hey, Karen, come on out.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm leaving a restaurant. I've been I've been munching on lunch with my earphones, waiting to raise my hand so I could leave the restaurant, go outside here, and put in my 2 cents. Great call, and welcome, David. And I just got to give you guys kudos, because yesterday when I saw the contest leaderboard, and it was full of those 8,000 plus points, I go, what the heck? I'm in 174th place, and it was a real eye-opener. So I'm changing it up. I'm doing the contact 4 people first thing in the morning, not read my 10 pages, and get them, for 90 days. And my focus is on Traffic Academy, pushing that with my optimizer people, pushing traffic. So I thank you for the jolt, because today in the contest leaderboard, we're back to normal points, and I needed that jolt. So very clever of you guys. Pat yourselves on the back. What I would like is if you could briefly, because I'm getting ready to write, I'm on my way to the brain scan, getting ready to write emails. Could you quickly summarize the bit in Traffic Academy? How many professors, how many hours, blah, 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 because I want to put it in an email in the next hour, and I'm not home near my notes or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's like something like 15 or 16 Academy modules, maybe 18. I'm going to dial into it right now while we're talking. There's close to 80 hours, if not more,
Oh, wow.
content back there. Hang on just about 10 more seconds until I
Thank you. Thank you.
pop into my system over here, Karen. Here we go. And I'll give you the exact numbers so you can reference it. Here we go. 17 courses, 52 lessons, 234 videos,
Oh, my gosh.
and 74 hours and 31 minutes of content,
Wow.
of video content. And Karen, since we've got you on this topic here, do you actually have a favorite module that sticks out for you as the one that's provided the most value for you?
Oh, yes, it's prosperity, because I had to change my mindset because I was living in scarcity. So I'm not put that kind of stuff in my email.
Okay. What about on the internet marketing side? Anything come to mind there also?
Well, I did, the video on purpose is really helpful because I agree with Joe. I'm getting sick of watching people say, hi, I'm on vacation, having a great time. You got to have a purpose to your video. You have to have a theme, and then you say what you have to say, and then you repeat your theme. And these other people need to get out of the way so the rest of us can capture attention.
Great.
What did you have for lunch? Because you sound like you got some spit and vinegar going there.
Oh, it was
you have
good.
some hot pepper on your beef there?
I've never done this before. I'm using my new earphones in a restaurant, taking notes, jumping outside so I can do my Q&A, and then taking my husband over for a brain scan. Let me tell you.
You are brave. I got to tell you something. Great job. You know
Thank
what?
you.
You're an example. You're setting an example for everybody here. David did the same thing also earlier today in the car,
Thank you.
We should all be doing what Greg talked about, the lifestyle business.
Hey, I don't want to be in 172nd place, let me tell you. Never.
Yeah, too many prizes over there, right?
Oh, well, it's not about the prizes. It's about the habits and the self-esteem.
She needs a bigger house.
No.
She needs a bigger house for all the prizes. Thank you very much, Karen. Appreciate you. See you on the radio
Thank
tomorrow.
you, guys.
There's Karen Kruger. Listen, we're out of time, you guys. We got 3 minutes left before we're at the top of the hour. We could go longer. There's nothing says we have to be done within an hour, but that's usually a good time frame. I want to thank everyone who took the time to come here today. A special thank you to the first timers, right? How cool was that? David Wicklund. We have Sinbad the Sailor back in the house. We have our good friend Rebecca Bardas checking in from the other side of the world. How cool is that? So we had a great opportunity here today to meet and greet some people and learn some things. I'm going to pass it over to you boys. Doug, I know you got stuff to say, and Greg, powerful stuff that you're bringing to the table. So I'll let you punch us out here, dude.
Yeah, honestly, you guys give us incredible feedback, and we absolutely love it. I've got like pages of notes over here, that I make every week on who chimes in and the questions, and they're really helping us. They're assisting us to make this even bigger and better. And when we ask you guys questions and you give us great feedback, we love that as well. We talked about the words case study just a few minutes ago, and we'll begin to talk more about that in the coming weeks. So please listen up, take a look for some emails that might be coming out with it, or we'll be on the founders call in a week and a half or so. I think that's the 5th of August, if I'm not mistaken, the next founders call, 1 p.m. So I'm excited about it, and we really want to showcase some of you guys and gals out here because you've got great stories. Rebecca talked a lot about the relationships and about helping people and getting it across that it's not about you, it's about them. And as I always say, and Greg will remind you of this, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And when they hear that and when they feel that, and I don't mean talking those words, I mean they hear it from you asking a simple question: how can I help you? But people don't get that today. They really don't. Okay. And so when you figure that out, and when you have that level of feeling, right, and compassion for the other person on the other end of the line, or the video, or the Skype, or the whatever you're doing, or one-on-one in a call, or in a restaurant or whatever, I guarantee you they'll walk over hot coals, right? They really will. So, Greg, what you got here, bud?
I'm just going to pass it over to Josh real quick. Then I'm going to say a word, and obviously we'll send it to Joe to close it up.
Great. Josh.
So I definitely want to thank everyone for coming out here. I think that the next few months are going to be some of the most exciting for all of you, especially in your journey with Traffic Authority. One of the things that I would encourage all of you to do is that you came to TA from someone, and you probably shared TA with other people. One of the things that I would ask all of you to do is to reach back out to your sponsor, even if they're currently inactive or maybe just simply not as visible in Traffic Authority, and also reach out to your downline, even people who have gone inactive or maybe are not as visible, and encourage them to plug into a couple of things. We have a new Fast Start training, and in that Fast Start training, we're really talking about plugging in. And the first thing is every single morning with Joe. Joe was one of my early influencers and a real mentor in my life. You really cannot put a price tag on the value of being able to spend every single morning with Joe Need. I mean, you guys have no idea what that's worth. And some of you on today's call know. But my question is, how come your upline isn't on those calls, and any downline that you might have? Let's really make a concerted effort to get everyone to plug into TA, because what's going to happen over the next 90 days is going to be absolutely unprecedented and epic, and they're not going to want to miss a minute of it. But reach out and get them to plug in, because that's really the most helpful thing you can do for them, and really going to be beneficial for you and your organization as we go forward as well. So remind everyone to start plugging in right now, or they're going to begin to miss things, and we don't want anyone to miss anything.
It's a great point. And, all I'm going to do is, everyone knows who's been following me on the Saturday calls, or you're hearing in my trainings. I love to talk about numbers. Here we are, I don't know if this is the third or fourth call, but, we're in the beginning, but we have doubled our numbers, as of today. And, again, all of us know the root of success, it's hard work, but underneath that is value. And what we really know, and what Josh is talking about, and Doug and Joe, is that we are going to be bringing unparalleled value. In fact, I might even say that Traffic Authority in many ways is the best kept secret from our industry, which will no longer be secret. We are going to share the good news. But again, just in a very short period of time, on this very call, we've doubled the numbers. Well, guess what? In the next few weeks, we're going to double it again and again and again. And all that means is we're bringing the value. And you guys are also bringing the value. So thank you very much. We appreciate all the people showing up who are brand new, and all of our longtime supporters as well. So with that, Joe, back to you.
Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody again. A little bit of redundancy here. That's my job, to repeat the obvious. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Josh. Greg, you're awesome. I want to thank everyone who came here today for the first time. And the last thing I want to say is to take action right now. Early this morning, we did our daily radio show. Josh talked about it. And the theme this morning was just to take action, that you can only control what you do. The sale will always happen in the buyer's world. Detach yourself from those individual conversations and just focus on what you can do, which is drive traffic authentically. Pick up the telephone and connect with people. I always have said this, and this is with all respect. The secret weapon of Eric and that team that he has built is the fact that it is not push button. It's telephone work. They're actually picking up and connecting with every single person, and Josh can prove that. And we're going to take that and we're going to show you exactly how that works. So in the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow morning live on the radio show, radioleverage.com. We'll be back here live. Oh, Doug. Okay, Doug, you can have the last word. What's going on?
Oh, no, I was actually just waving goodbye. I saw
Oh,
John.
I'm sorry. I thought you were like, let me out, let me out.
Well, I didn't know if everybody can see all the panelists when we're
I
not
don't
actually
think I
talking
can.
or not. So I'm over here waving away, and I got everybody waving. So, all right, guys, everybody go do the wave. Here we go. We're coming back around.
All right, see you guys soon. Have fun, everybody.